Welcome students. Today what we are going to do is the remainder theorem. Correct. I told you in the last class that we are going to start a remainder theorem in our next class. So that's what we are going to do today in our today's class. So before we get into the definition or understanding of remainder theorem, I am going to explain a bit and we'll try to solve a few problems, and then we'll try to deduct what is a remainder theorem. I'm not going to straight away giving you the definition or something like that. We'll try to understand what is remainder theorem. But before we start actual problem, let's try to understand what we know. Suppose I have a number 15, and if I divide 15 by 2, if I divide 15 by 2, so what I will get? So I'll do division something like this: 15 over here, 2 over here. So 6 2s are 12. Okay, let me say 7s are 14. It will left with 1. So can I write this 15 as 15 is equals to 2 into 7 plus 1. Do you know what is this form or this particular values are called? So we have understood this, that this particular number is called as dividend. Over here this is called as divisor or divisor, whatever you want to call it. This particular is called as quotient, and this is called as remainder. Correct. So I have written this all numbers in this manner. So can I depict something like this, that divisor is equals to dividend, my bad, not divisor. Dividend is equals to divisor into 7 is nothing but a quotient plus remainder. Am I right? So this is the number, we know how to do this. But if I ask you to do this in the form of a polynomial, like just think like this, that if I have a polynomial p of x which is equals to 2x cube plus 3x square plus x, and if I say divide by x, can you do this? Just try to understand how we can do this. I'll explain in a proper way in this video only, but for this particular problem, if I have to divide this particular polynomial by x, how can I do that? Can I simply write 2x cube plus 3x square plus x divided by x? Simple. And if I take a reverse LCM means we are going to give this x to all the three terms. Means it will look something like this: 2x cube by x, 3x square by x, and x by x. By doing so, what I am getting is xx get cancelled, so I am left with 2x square. Xx get cancelled, so 3x plus xx get cancelled, 1. Am I right? So this is 2x square plus 3x plus 1, and this we got for this particular polynomial when dividing by 0. So can I write 2x cube plus 3x square plus x is equals to x into 2x square plus 3x plus 1? Just the similar way. But here if you look, we are not getting any remainder. Now how come I know that? Because if you observe this polynomial, you can take x common. So what I can say is this x and this polynomial both are called as factors of this particular one. Factors of this particular x, and 2x square plus 3x plus 1 is a factor of this polynomial. Let me put into your head in an easy example. Suppose if you have a 12 and if you divide it by 2. So if you divide 12 by 2, so 12 here, 2 here, so 2 6 are 12, your answer will be 0. So can I say that 2 is a multiple of 12 or 6 is a multiple of 12? Am I right? Or 2 and 6 is a factor of 12. So that's what we are trying to understand, that this polynomial and this x and 2x square plus 3x plus 1, both of them are the factor of this particular given polynomial. But here it was easy to do that because we can take x common and you can easily solve. Now suppose you have a certain polynomial in that you can't take something like common and then you have to solve. So let me give you one more example so that we can understand that in a even good way. Simple. So now let's say that the polynomial is something like this, 3x square plus x plus 1, and we want to divide it by x. Simple, same thing, we want to divide it by x. Now if you observe this, we don't have x common now. Simple. Now if I can't take x common and if I went for division of this particular thing, so how can I do? And once if I done something like this, then what should be this kind of a expression look like? How we can divide like this? Simple. So let's just, for the sake of understanding, I have divided this by x. So I am getting 3x square by x plus x by x plus 1 by x. Can I divide 1 by x? No, I can't, because there is nothing common in that and I can't cut that or anything like that. So what I can do is cut over here, this becomes 3x plus 1, and let me say this 1 over here and I put x over here. And here it becomes 3x square plus x plus 1. Now you people might be thinking, sir, how you did this? See, I have done nothing remarkable over here. I'll explain. Now this particular step, if you observe this x cancel. So what I am getting over here is 3x plus 1 plus 1 upon x. Something like this. What is the left hand side term? 3x square plus x plus 1 by x. What I did is I took LCM over here, and if I take LCM, this becomes x into 3x plus 1 whole divided by x. And here also denominator x, this 2 get cancelled, so I get this required term. Now it may be difficult for you to understand in a single way, so let me put in another way as well. Let me put like this. Can I take common from the first two terms? Can I take x common from the first two terms? So I can write this as x into 3x plus 1 and this plus 1. Now check this and this. Are they different? No, they are same thing. Now if you divide this polynomial by x or this polynomial by x, it's the same thing. So this is how we can write. So what I am trying to explain here is this polynomial can be expressed like this. So can I say x is a factor of given polynomial? Yeah, so I will write factor of 3x square plus x plus 1. No. Why? Because remainder is left. If there is a remainder present over there, that means this two, either divisor or quotient, none of them is going to be a factor of your dividend. Are you getting my point? You can understand this. This is dividend is equals to divisor into quotient plus remainder. So if the remainder is not equals to 0, that means we are getting this 2 not a factor. Simple. This 2 should be a factor or a multiple. This should be 0. Yani ki remainder must be 0. But filal, what we are going to focus at is that remainder is not getting 0. So let's try out on a real problem and let's try to understand how we are actually going to divide two different polynomials. Correct? So let me take one example for you from the textbook and then we'll try to understand how we are going to actually divide it, how we are going to find the quotient and how we are going to find the remainder. Simple. So now the question is something like this. Divide p of x by g of x. This is example number 6. Divide p of x by g of x. Where p of x is given something like this, x plus x square, where p of x is equals to x plus 3x square minus 1, and g of x is equals to 1 plus x. So what am I supposed to do here is I want to divide p of x by g of x. So let's have a look at this, how we are going to do that. Okay, let me do little bit on this side because I want you to show something over there as well. So first of all I should convert this into descending order, so it becomes 3x square plus x minus 1 and I want to divide this by, again इसको भी हम descending order में करेंगे तो it will be x plus 1. Okay, now I want to divide this. Now how can I do that? I don't know at all. We don't know how to do this. Okay, let me put it in this way. If I want to divide this particular polynomial by this linear polynomial, how can I do? So find out what is the first term of this dividend. The dividend of the first term is 3x square. Divided by the first term of your divisor. First term of dividend divided by first term of divisor. So first term of divisor is x. These two get cancelled. So I left with 3x. What I left with 3x. So what I am going to do is I am going to multiply this x plus 1 with 3x. That means I will put that 3x in my quotient. So if I multiply 3x plus x, it becomes 3x square. 3x plus 1, 3x minus this. These two get cancelled. X minus 3x will be minus 2x minus 1. Simple. Then again take the first term of this new dividend, and the first term of this new dividend is minus 2x and the divisor is x. So this xx get cancelled and I got minus 2. That I will put in over here minus 2. Simple. So again minus 2 into x, minus 2x, minus 2 into plus 1. This will be minus 2. So plus and plus, these two get cancelled, minus 1 plus 2, 1. Can I further go for like this, first term of your dividend divided by this? Till which point, at which particular point you will keep on doing this? Till the point when your p of x degree is greater than equals to g of x degree. See, here the degree is 2, here is 1. So p of x degree is greater than g of x degree, I can do. Here, now new p of x, its degree is 1, here also degree 1, so they are equal. So I can still do that, divide that. But now here the degree of this new polynomial p of x is x raised to 0, which is lesser than 1. That's where we stop. Once the degree of this new dividend will be getting lesser than your divisor, that's where you stop. You not keep on doing like this. Stop. Okay. Now, can I write this given polynomial 3x square plus x minus 1 is equals to, in the form of divisor into quotient? So x plus 1 into 3x minus 2 plus remainder 1. Dividend is equals to divisor into quotient plus remainder. In this, please always remember this, that the degree of your polynomial which you want to divide should be greater than or equals to the degree of your divisor. Always. It should be either greater than or equals to. If it gets lesser than the degree of your divisor, that's where we stop. Further we don't want to divide. So this is how we can solve an actual problem. Correct? This method you already know. We call it as long division method. You people have understood this in 8th standard maybe. Correct? So this is a long division method, and this is how we solve the p of x by g of x. Now what I want you to observe over here is that we know that this x plus 1 and 3x minus 2, none of them is a factor of a given polynomial 3x square plus x minus 1. But if I replace this particular value, x plus 1, I know this, correct, from g of x. So if I consider x equals to minus 1 from this, and if I replace in this given polynomial p of x, what should I get? Let's try to check. What I will get if I divide this by something like this. Okay, I hope you people have paused the video and written that. If you don't, you can rewind it and write it down. That's not an issue. So what I want to do is that this is a linear polynomial which I know. For linear polynomial, I know how to find the zeros. So if I take g of x equals to 0, I will get x equals to minus 1. So let's find what will be p of minus 1. Let's find what will be p of minus 1. So if I replace in this particular polynomial 3x square plus x minus 1, x instead of minus 1. So I am getting 3 minus 1 square positive. So this is 3. Minus 1 minus 1, so 3 minus 2, I am getting 1. So by putting x equals to minus 1 from this polynomial, I got this p of x is equals to 1. So here also I am getting the remainder 1 only. Here also I got 1. So can we say something like this, that whatever the polynomial we want to divide, by this kind of a polynomial, by replacing this value of 0, or let me put in an easy way, if I want to divide this polynomial by this one, so if I find the 0 of this polynomial and substitute the value of 0 of that polynomial in this polynomial, I will get the remainder of this polynomial. What I am trying to relate over here is that if it is a term or a polynomial, let me call it as a linear polynomial. So if I replace 0 of this linear polynomial in the given polynomial p of x, the value of p of x is going to be a remainder. Are you getting? See, the remainder is 1 and we are also getting 1 over here. Are you getting me? Because it is very important to understand, because from this particular or this kind of a problem, we are going to define the remainder theorem. Am I clear? Pause the video, note it down so that we can solve 1 or 2 more problems before we define it. Simple. So please note down this particular one. Okay, so now let's have a look at this particular problem. Divide the polynomial this by x minus 1. So what I am going to do, I am going to simply divide them, so it's not a big deal. So let's say this is the given polynomial 3x raised to 4 minus 4x cube minus 3x minus 1, and here it is x minus 1. So I told you in the previous problem how we are going to do that. First take this divided by x. So the first term of your dividend divided by first term of your divisor. This will give us 3x cube. So here I can write 3x cube. If I multiply this, 3x raised to 4 minus 3x cube minus plus, these two get cancelled, minus 4 plus 3 minus x cube minus 3x. Now here is the problem. Now if you check, 3x raised to 4, power is 4, here 3, here 1. So where's 2? 2 is not present. So what I am going to do, I am not going to write here minus 3x. Instead of that, I am going to write plus 0x square. What I did is, I wrote plus 0x, because 0 into anything will be 0 only, so it is 0. But to make it in a easy way, I am going to write this as 0x square. Correct. Now again minus x cube by x will give us minus x square. So here minus x square. So it becomes minus x cube minus minus plus x square. This plus and this minus. These two get cancelled, and 0 minus anything will be negative only. So minus x square. Now you can take this minus 3x. Now minus x square by x minus x. So this is going to be minus x. So minus x square minus minus plus x. These two get cancelled, and plus 3 plus another minus 4x minus 1. So minus 4x by x will be minus 4. So minus 4 here, minus 4x minus minus plus 4. These two get cancelled, and I got remainder minus 5. What I got is remainder minus 5. Now can I write this again, the whole thing as 3x cube minus, sorry my bad, I want to write this in the dividend is equals to format. So minus 4x cube minus 3x minus 1 is equals to x minus 1 into 3x cube minus x square minus 4 plus actually, but because of the value negative I am going to write minus 5. So dividend is equals to divisor into quotient plus remainder, but remainder itself is negative. Do we get remainder negative? Is it possible to get remainder negative? Yes, we have. There is no issue. Correct. Now, what we want to do here is we want to replace of this x 0 of this x minus 1. So what will be the 0 of x minus 1? Let me call that 0 of x equals to x minus 1. So for us 0 will be g of x equals to 0, x minus 1 equals to 0, that means x equals to 1. So by replacing this x equals to 1 in this particular polynomial, let's find out what we are getting. So if I put, let's say this is p of x, so by putting x1, so 3 into 1 raised to 4 minus 4 into 1 cube minus 3 into 1 minus 1. So this is 3 minus 4 minus 3 minus 1 minus 3 plus 3 cut minus 4 minus 1 minus 5, which is the remainder. By doing this, remainder minus 5. Then by taking 0 of your linear polynomial, so we got x equals to 1, replacing that value of x equals to 1 in this particular polynomial p of x, the value of p of x is going to be the remainder. Am I clear? Are you getting this kind of a problem? See, you need to do both of them. First you need to divide like this, then write in the form of dividend equals to quotient, dividend equals to divisor into quotient plus remainder, then get the 0 of your linear polynomial by which you have divided that value, you got x equals to 1, replace that value of x equals to 1 in the given polynomial p of x, and the value of p of x will give you the remainder. Am I clear? Very simple to understand. Now based on this two problem, let's try to define it. We'll write the definition of the remainder theorem, and that's where we stop. Correct? Pause the video and note it down. Okay, so let's define it in a proper way. How can we say? Let p of x be any polynomial of degree greater than or equal to 1. Correct? Okay. The polynomial p of x be any polynomial of degree greater than or equal to 1, and let a be any real number if g of x, sorry, my bad, it's p of x is divided by, if p of x is divided by the linear polynomial, x minus a, then the remainder is p of a. So how can we understand this definition? Suppose you have a polynomial p of x whose degree is greater than or equals to 1, and consider a be any real number. So if you divide this p of x by the linear polynomial x minus a, by any linear polynomial x minus a, then the remainder is p of a. Just think of a previous problem. We have one polynomial, something 3x raised to 4 minus something x cube minus x minus 1, and we divide it by x minus 1. So that's kind of x minus a. Put that value of a in the polynomial, that is x equals to 1. So by putting x equals to 1, the value of that particular polynomial is become p of a, that is remainder. Am I clear? So this is the definition of a remainder theorem, and based on this definition we will solve a few problems in our next class. Correct? I hope everyone is getting me. I am going to repeat. P of x is going to be any polynomial whose degree is going to be greater than or equal to 1 and a be some real number if P of x is divided by the linear polynomial x minus a, then the remainder is P of a. As simple as that. Correct? So please note it down this definition, and based on this definition we'll solve a few problems in our next class. Simple. Till then, keep on studying, stay home, stay safe. Bye bye.